so to speak, for Caribbean Star TV. Beautiful young women. Good evening, this is K-Star. Women Caribbean Star TV, and I'm here tonight, and we're having a unique discussion, so to speak. I am sitting here at the table with 4 beautiful young women, and tonight we're going to be discussing women in the Caribbean entertainment industry. Now, why do we need a discussion for this? As we have learned over the years, this business, as we know, can be, you know, the little boys club, so to speak. So tonight we're going to talk about what's going on in the industry in terms of women in the business. We're going to talk about our experience in the business. How is it that if there is anything to change, what can we change and how can we change it? Because we know that everyone here has a lot to say when it comes to the industry of Caribbean music.
My name is Lady D, host of Linkage Radio 101.5 FM. My show is called Inside the Zone. It's an informative show with a twist. It features interesting people and features within the Caribbean community, across the Caribbean and the world, and it's my pleasure being here.
I'm Sharon Gordon. I'm not sure which hat I'm wearing tonight, so just say I'm Sharon Gordon, and I've been in the business wearing many hats for many years. I'm a radio personality, I am a journalist, I'm the chair for the Coalition to Preserve Reggae Music, I'm a promoter, and I'm also president of TSO Productions. I host Reggae Calling on e2onair.com, and I'm also the co-host for Real Talk with Caroline McKetty, also on e2onair.com. And many of you probably have known me for being on other radio programs over the years.
Good evening, everyone. My name's Sharon Hamilton Pearson. I'm what you call a newbie in the industry, but I do host a program also on E2 On Air on Sunday evenings called The Conduit Show. I'm also a co-host along with Ian Forrest on his show Connections, which goes out on WBAI. I consider myself to be a community activist and a writer.
Stacey Bethel, I'm the CEO of 777 Entertainment. I too wear many hats. I'm a freelance writer, do marketing and PR. Some of my clients include Kirk Roll Band, Williamsburg International Film Festival, reggae artist Dallas, and the list goes on and on. And I'm happy to be here. Thank you, Kay.
When I decided to do this discussion, I mean, I know that it's been done before, and people have asked me, Kay, why are you even bothering to even do it? And I said, you know what, as a woman in the entertainment industry, the reggae industry, for one, I've gone through my spats. I've gone through the drama. I've gone through, you know, the doubts, so to speak, as whether I want to stay here. And I thought to myself, I said, you know what, whether it's been done before or not, I'm going to do it again because I think it bears repeating. Because I think there are quite a few women in the industry that have not learned from the past mistakes of others, from, you know, what has happened in the industry, the tides that have turned in the industry. So tonight I'm hoping that we'll have an open and honest discussion. Tonight it's a no-holds-barred discussion on women in the entertainment industry, in the reggae industry. I would love to hear, you know, each of your opinion on what role you think that women play in this industry today.
I think mostly I see a lot of women in the reggae industry play a role, you know, like publicists, very few managers of artists. So it's almost a supportive role, a secondary role. You know, again, PR, writing, radio hosts, and even those are few and far between. And a sprinkling of, again, promoters, but we seem to play a very secondary role. I mean, that's just my outlook, and certainly haven't been in the business as long as Sharon has. I still consider myself a newbie, even though I've been around for about 5 years now. But you know, still a freshman in the industry. But so far, that's what my outlook and my take has been since I've come on the scene.
I think the role of women in the industry is, I think it depends on the woman, really. You have some women who are serious about the industry and give their all to the industry, and they don't get the recognition that they deserve.
Yes.
They're denigrated because we know it's a very male-dominated, chauvinistic
Yes.
arena that as a woman you choose to go into,
Yes.
or you happen to fall into.
Right.
Because some of us don't choose.
Yeah.
It's thrust upon
Yeah.
us. Because I never thought I'd be hosting a radio show, really. And what I see is a lack of unity as sisters
Yes.
in the business. But as I said, it's predicated by the type of woman that you're dealing with.
So for me, I still consider myself to be fairly new in the business. And when I came in, I remember, you know, wanting to find out so much, so, you know, curious about the business and excited at the same time, and, you know, have the butterflies and saying, yay, I'm going to do this. And at the same time was kind of disappointed by the, you know, the welcome or lack of welcome that I got from my male counterparts and some of the women. And I got to the point at, you know, at one time I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is not for me. And, you know, when someone said to me, and this person actually is my son, he said to me, Mom, but if you love it, why would you give it up? And I said to him, I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. If I love it and this is my passion, then I should go forward. And I've had to grow a tough skin, you know, in this business and kind of let things roll off your back and not take it personally. But at the same time, the role that the women play just seemed to be, you know, for some women, just it's as if our male counterparts say, here is a little bit of something, and you deal with that. You know, here's something, you can do that. You know, but I'm holding you there, and you can't go further than that. You better not go further than me. You know, so for me, what I've seen in terms of the role of women, I've been proud on one hand because I see some women flourishing and doing wonderful, and, you know, and at the same time disappointed because I feel like we're kind of taking the crumbs that's kind of handed to us.
I feel that what Sister Sharon said is so important. It depends on the woman.
Sister who?
Sharon.
Thank you.
Y'all are going to be confused. I'm Sharon, and
I'm Sharon.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted. S-H-E.
You don't
So
know
now
how
we've
many
cleared that
times
up.
in the
Oh
chat
my
room
goodness.
two they're falling
It's
out.
hilarious.
Right. I have been in this business for too many years. And I left the business because I became burnt out. I know what it is to become burnt out. And unlike your son, my son told me to leave. He said the opposite of your son. He said, Mommy, they don't like you. You need to get out. You're too strong for them. And that was a wake-up call. And I stayed out for a while. I think I was on a hiatus for about probably 6-7 years, and it's my partner, my current partner, Carla McKetty, who really got me back in the business. I was actually through with reggae and this industry, to the point where folks were begging me. I didn't even play reggae in my house that's how burnt out I was, and just tired of this industry, because this industry will break you. It will break you as a man, but it will cripple you as a woman. Because we are very giving people, and we absorb a lot, and we don't, because you don't have the support system in place. You don't have anyone to talk to. So you carry it all inside, and then we get sick, and we have issues, and we burn out. I'm back, and I've been back for a while, and in coming back, I made a vow to Almighty God that I would not promote dancehall, so it's out there. I don't do anything with dancehall. I will do nothing with anything that is denigrating to anyone, whether it's a woman, a man, a homosexual, whomever. I will not tolerate it. So I came back, and that was a promise I made to Almighty. The other promise I made to Almighty is that whatever I'm doing was going to be uplifting to my people. We're having this taping today on the anniversary of the 123rd birthday of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. And he is a role model for me, and an inspiration, because, you know, up ye mighty race, you really can accomplish what you will. And I felt that if God had given me a chance to come back in this business, that I must set up my parameters, and I must exist within those parameters and not allow others to dictate to me what I cannot do. And what you said is exactly what you can do the work, but they say, oh no.
Yeah.
You just carry the water.
Exactly.
Or just you move those things out the way. And they can't do what you can do.
No, they can't.
But they won't admit that.
Ego.
You see, the ego. So when I came back in, that I knew that I was coming back, and that I was going to come back and rule my own destiny. And I've been doing that ever since. I don't know if I even answered your question.
At this point, you answered so much. We
We
are loving
You might
it.
need to just go straight to the
I
point.
know. This is why this is such a lovely mix of women. This is why.
Now, you know, I'm happy Kate brought this up, and she has admitted that yes, people have discussed this over and over again. But as individuals, we bring our own perspective. And I was just trying to get my thoughts together, and I came across an article that was written by Christina Funkerson. And it's titled "The Music Industry from the Perspective of Women." And she cited two examples of women who are coming out of Africa. And one of them, her name is Miriam. She says, you're a woman more than a musician, a rapper, and then life continues thereafter. She goes on to say, when they ask the man to do 10, the woman has to do 20.
Absolutely.
And she goes on to say, it's like everywhere in the world and within all sectors, it's up to us to fight and prove that we are as good as them or better. What I realize is that if you have your programming set and someone hears your voice and they listen to your content, but they sit at home and they say, I wonder why she didn't do this part. Okay, I have a show, and I believe that I'm bringing something worthwhile for people to listen to. How much do you know about what's going on in the program? And I'm not talking about playing music. And so he backed off. He never ever tried that again. He said, I would listen. And so I find that as women, if you are not strong enough, because when you come into certain areas, you literally have to say to yourself, if I don't have one call, the show will go on. If I have 50 calls, perhaps they have time on their hands, or the content is so good. But we really have to say to ourselves, nobody's going to take away what is birthed inside of me. Because if you do, then we continue to have issues where I am fussing, or Sharon is fussing, and Sharon and Kay is fussing, and Stacy's fussing. Oh, I'm doing, and nobody not. Oh, I wonder why, and nobody not. But when we decide to have our own plan, and we stick to our plan, and we improve on our plan, eventually, believe me, they become sensitized.
But it's like in the music industry, it's like a closed shop.
If
you're not a part of the union of boys, then you can't get in.
And that is so unfair, because usually